Hello guys, this is going to be my first video, and this is the start of my coding journey. I'll be starting my coding with the language called as Python, and I'll be learning it through this course launched by Harvard. That is the CS50 Introduction to Python. Sorry, Introduction to Programming with Python. So it's a fun, it's a very fun platform where we can learn coding in a very good way. The teacher is so good, the explanation is very nice. So here I'm not going to show you the lectures. I just want to go through the problem sets that are being given, as you can see. So I've started this course yesterday and I've completed the first unit that can be called as unit 0. And here's the problem set for the unit 0. So I see that first it's asked for connecting my VS Code with their own CS50 devs account and GitHub accounts and all, so that they can keep track of my progress and everything, and I can submit all my assignments. They check it all, and I have to submit everything in the GitHub so that they can check, and the final project also to submit there. So let's talk about today. Actually, I've solved all the five questions, and after that, just it just came to my mind. Why not just make a YouTube video on whatever I do, this whole journey? And after that, it can be seen what to do after that. Maybe I'll continue with some other language. Maybe I will do some projects on it. I'll share with you guys everything. I'll keep you updated. Me and also every day one video will come where I do some kind of solving problems. Maybe I'm an amateur. You guys can help me out. And yeah, I'm a slow learner. I know that, but I'm a consistent one. If I start this, I will finish it. Promise you guys that. Maybe I'll be chit chatting and talking with you guys in the middle. You can just uh, give the answers in the comments. I'll read it all and reply to you for sure. Okay. So the first one is the indoor voice. So basically what it says is, so if the user, as you can see the demo video, it's easy to see. If the users give any kind of capital letters, like let's say hello world, so it's written the capital letter. So I'll just make it lowercase. So thing is that I have to change it from the lower uppercase to the lowercase. Okay. So for that, this is kind of easy because I just got it through this. They recommended to research from this website and then do it, not to do any kind of AI shit. I don't like that. I don't like doing those because it's better to research. I know why they said this because while I was studying from here, while I was reading here, maybe I was searching for the right one. Like here we need the is lower method, string method. Dot is lower, string method, which you can find here, is upper, is lower, is title. So while finding this, I learned about a lot, like numeric, is title, is space, a lot of things. So for finding one, I get to learn a lot, which I can't do if I just search it on the Google. So for this whole journey, I'll try my best not to search it on the Google and just spend some time searching here. That will be more beneficial for me, and I can also show you guys the documentation how to study from here. So that's it. So the first problem I solved through this is lower. So what do we do is, let me show you the problem. You know, I'm new to Linux too. In my PC, I have installed Linux, and there I'm trying to learn the Linux and all. So I'll be using the terminal window for most of the time. So here So this is the main directory, home directory, as you can say. I just list all the things that are present. As you can see, I'll be going inside the indoor file. So just write cd and indoor. So here I have one file that is a Python file. So I'm just gonna run it just like that. Enter anything. Let's say I want to be the best programmer in the world. See the output, it's all in the lowercase. So this is the first one. And the next one is playback speed. It's simple, it's nothing like, but it took, maybe it sounds simple than before, but it took more time because I was puzzled. And one thing I learned here, that I need to read the question properly. If I read the question properly, then we can find the answer very easily, very easily. For example, as we can see here, that replacing with each space, actually what it's, let me tell you first. So if I type something, like as you can see here, as you can see here, they wrote this is CS50, and the output is like, see, wherever a space is there, we see three dot. So at first, the main difficulty I faced was that I thought maybe we have to use the sep. This is a print, like, let me just write it here. Did I move it? Second. This is print, and this is, will pass an argument that is hello and world. Okay, so but if I run this, then it'll just run hello world. Just ignore this upper whatever written upper code. But that's not all. We can pass many more argument as a parameter. Like there is another one called sep is equal to, like this. This means there is a gap in between them. And the last one is end. Okay. And end there is equal to just like this, I guess. Just like this means that after finishing this, all are by default. Okay, we don't need to write this, but we need to know. Even I didn't knew about this mostly, because why it is by default, because if I just remove it for now and write another print statement down, today is a rainy day. So what it'll do is it'll not just print hello world. Then in the same line, today is a rainy day, it will give a enter. It will come down to the next line. But why it comes down to the next line? That was my question, but that was solved without even asking by the teacher. That is, by default, Python adds a enter key, that is a new line, that we can say format specifier at the end of every line of code, every line of print statement to be specific. So this thing comes by default, which you can find even by looking here. If you come to the documentation, I found it here. If you write print here, then print function and will function, print p, I don't want that, print here, this is the one. See this one, sep and end n. You see this? This means that it should end with a space. So that is the reason that we don't need to write, we don't need to press enter, or like we don't have to specify a slash n at the end of the every line of code. So yeah, so my problem was that, yeah, let me talk about my problem, what I faced. So I wasn't understanding what string method I have to use. But after just running through this and that, saw one thing. I decided to read the question properly. Okay, I decided to read the question properly, and then I found it. What I found it, look at this. In the question itself, it's mentioned that replacing with each space, replacing each space. I found this replacing. We don't first At first I thought that maybe I'll do like this. I'll just put three dots in between, and in between every space it'll just give me three dots, but it doesn't work like that. What we'll do is, look at this. Let me get out of here, and cd, what is the name of it, is playback, right? Yeah, playback, and python playback, anything you like. Well, all right, this is CS50p. Get this. I just see. Let me take you to the code first. Code. mm, See, look at this. See, I'm just replacing. See, I'll take the first user input, then I will replace I'll replace every space with three dots, just like this, and that's it. It's that easy. So I solved that. After that, making spaces, this is very much fascinating, at least for me, because what it does, it back and type cd spaces. See, what we'll do is, these are emoticons. These are emoticons. So in text, we mostly use this kind of things. So what my program does is that convert this emoticons to actual emoji, just like this. It's very much fascinating. I never saw this anything like this. So if I type like hi, what's up, then maybe three emojis like this. Okay, three emojis came up here. Hope you can see it. And in the same with the side emoji works too. So that is the third one. And the last one is the Einstein. It's actually about the Einstein's most famous equation, that is the mass energy relation, E is equals to mc square. So that too. Back to the home directory. Move to the Einstein folder and open the code for Einstein. Okay, I'll run it later on. Let me just explain the code what I did here. At first, I declared a energy function to calculate energy. That is, you can say def energy. It has two arguments, that is one mass and one speed. And I returned the value of mass into speed times 2. That is the mc square. And in the next def, taking the user input, I'm taking the user input, and as we know, the speed of the light is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So as an assumption, that's not the exact one. Well, so I've written, oh man, why did I do this? Anyways, so I've written the speed value. The speed is a integer here, and I've taken the mass from the user as it is integer. So I've used the conversion, like the data type conversion here, by putting int in front of the input statement, input function. And I've printed the value for the energy in mass and speed way. So, okay, so energy is my function and the arguments are the mass and speed. So it will print, and by ending, I'm ending it with a main and open and close parenthesis. So how this works, let me show you. That Python to call. Python, just run my program that is named as Einstein.py. Enter the mass. Let me just take any mass, maybe 2 kg. So look at this, the energy will be this much. Can you imagine? It's too much. Anyways, uh, next one is a tip calculator, which took me ample of time. Like I wasn't able to understand what actually they're trying to say here because they gave half of the code. Like most of the thing they solved for me. Look at this. This thing in the United States, it's customary to leave a tip for your server after dining in a restaurant. Typically, an amount of 15% or more of your meal's cost. Not to worry though, we have written a tip calculator for you below. So they have done, but they didn't have time to complete it. So they told us to write two of the functions for us, which actually what it will does is, let me tell you in a quick way. The first function does, it converts dollar to float. So first, let me go to that directory and show you how it works. Uh, cd to tip and code tip.py. Well, let me run it, then you will understand it better way. Python tip dot. How much was the meal? They are asking how much was the meal. So I'll not just write 50, right? Most of the people, what they will write? As it is a meal, so they'll write the currency at first, maybe $50. Then they type it. Then what percentage would you like to tip? It's 15%, not 15, it's 15%. We need to remember that. Then it gives leave a tip for $7.50. That's it. So what it does is, first it defines dollar to float. There are many trash lines. Format my code, man. Okay, now it looks better. So what it does it first is, it converts a dollar. It's stripping the dollar wherever it will see the dollar in the string, which is taken by from the user. How much was the meal? See, it's taking the user. It's taken from the user, and it is in the form of what? Is in the form of string, as no format specifier is mentioned here, nor like a decimal. I mean integer. Sorry, not decimal. Integer or float, anything else. So it will take it as a string. So I have to convert the string to a float value because it can be any point, like um, can be in the cents, $5.50, $10.02, whatever, 20 cents. So this what it does first, it strips any kind of if there are any dollar signs at the string, it strips of that. So what it remains, if I write $50, then only 50 remains. Now I'm converting that 50 to 50.00, I mean 50.00 in a as a decimal. How it helps is that while giving the input, it makes it fluent, because as a currency, there is always a chance for a value after decimal. So we need to convert it into float. Same case for the percentage. There may be in decimal, percentage can be always in decimal. So I'm stripping off the string part for the percentage sign, and I'm converting the left out decimal to a float value. That is a decimal value. And returning this is the part I did mistake. I forgot to return it. I forgot to return the actual value of d. Well, so we need to return it, and returning p byte 100, because it's a p percentage is a percentage, maybe it's 15%, so it's a 0.15%. So we need to mention the p by 100 here, and this is a thing that is being done by the Harvard people only, but still I'm gonna explain this. This is a main function, and in the main function what it does is the dollar to float. See, the dollar to float is not any format specifier, it's just a function that is being already declared here. See, dollar to float, dollar to percentage to float. So we are calling, or we are invoking that function here for taking the input in them, and same goes for the person. And the tip, we are calculating dollar into percentage. How much dollar is the total price, and from the total price, the percentage of the total price should be the leave. I mean, should be the tip that you have to leave. It is written here, and this is a way of formatting a string. We can also print it like this. Actually, in a way, if we write any string and if we're taking the value of it, we need to give it in a separate argument like this. It's a name. Let's say if we do this and then tip, just write it like this. But this is another way. This gives us more flexibility because we can specify up till how much decimal point we want. So this is much better. So, and it ends here as a main function. So it's really cool, isn't it? So I've submitted everything and I got really like everything correct. So now my plan, like this video is still here because I just wanted to keep track of time, and as I finished my day one already, so I uploaded this. And when I'll be solving the problem set of, I guess, one, problem set one, next are the lectures, shorts. I'll not be taking the certificate now. Later on, I will for sure. Now are the conditionals. So I'll do this. Most probably it's not going to be too long. I'll complete the conditionals, the lectures, and the shorts too. And after that, while solving the problem set, let's just see there in it. Maybe these things are very easy for most of you guys, as you guys familiar with programming who will be seeing this video, but not for me. You know, it's the first time learning any programming language, so yeah, it's hard for me sometimes. So I told to connect her, it's already did. Execute update 50 for updating. Mm, Deep thought. It's big. Hmm. Well, for understanding this, mostly it's not gonna be too hard. If I learn it, it's gonna be easy. Sure about that. Nothing is hard. Well, so the comment section is open for you guys to talk to me, to ask any question regarding my topic, about myself and my goals. And in the next video, I'll for sure discuss with you guys my problems and answer your questions. Thank you all. Thank you very much.